My name is Saleah. I was born in London in the UK, and I come from a family that came from Jamaica, so they moved to the UK in the 60s. I grew up thinking that there was only three of us in the family, so two brothers and myself. And then maybe when I was about 9 or 10, four other people from the Caribbean turned up and said that they were my brother and sister. So it was a real shock to us because it was a huge gap, and they didn't like us. They felt we were privileged because we were from the UK. But shortly after, life just took a different direction. I just did my best to try and get away from the house, get away from them. And so I was just pursuing a life just on my own. I met somebody, got married, got 3 children. The Lord was not in my life. I didn't come from a Christian household or anything. But as things started to go really wrong in my life experiences, relationships let down, I just really felt that life was so difficult, so hard. And one disaster after another led me to a place where I just felt it would be better to die than to live. Just before that, I met somebody that was a Christian, and they talked to me about their faith, and I had no connection at all about it. But I really liked this person that was talking to me. I liked the calm, I liked the peace, and inside I felt it'd be nice to have something like that, but that was it. But then things progressively got worse for me, and on this particular day I just thought I'd had enough and just wanted to commit suicide. But on this particular day, when I realized it was just so hopeless, the picture of the person that I had spoken to came to my mind. And then I just said in my head, what am I going to say to this person? And then I heard the voice saying, she'll know what to say, she'll know what to do. And then I thought, well, I'm crazy already having these thoughts, so let me ring this person and see what she said. So I rang her and said, can you come to my house? Could you come to see me? And she said, yeah, sure. She came over and I started to tell her how I was feeling. Thought she was going to say, look, I know what's wrong with you. You need to go and see the doctor. Go and take some tablets because you're free falling without a parachute. And she said, I know what's wrong with you. And I said, what is it? She said, you don't know who you are. You don't know who you are. And if you try your life through Jesus Christ, then you might live. But if it doesn't work for you, you're going to kill yourself anyway. And I looked at her and I thought, what a horrible thing to say. I'm at the brink and she's saying something like that, but I had no option. I was literally in a state. So I just said, well, what do I have to do? She said, don't worry, I'll come and I'll see you each week and I'll pray for you. And from that moment, she prayed for me. She prayed really hard. She fasted for me. I didn't know what fasting was. And I wouldn't even say little by little my life progressed. I would say like day and night. I was feeling one way and then I was feeling it, and then started to feel better. So there was an upturn in my life. And one day she said to me, would you like to give your life to Christ? And I just said, well, I don't know who this person is. I don't know who Christ is, but, so I'm not going to say yes to something that I don't understand. And that was the kind of arrogance that I had now that I was in this good place. But then one Saturday, I just sat on the bed and I woke up just thinking, wow, I feel so great to be alive. And then I thought to myself, but this is crazy. I was feeling how I was for such a long time. And then now I'm feeling different. And I just really started to cry because I thought I was literally gone. And somehow I came back. And I just then from that point, I wanted to know who this Jesus was. And then I started to pursue and search to get a revelation as to who Jesus Christ was. I didn't want to be an ordinary Sunday worshiper. I wanted to really know what was going on. How could this happen? So that's what happened. But in finding Jesus, I literally found the rest that I needed. And in him, knowing that it's okay to not have all of the answers, but just to know that there is a God in heaven, there is Jesus, there is the Holy Spirit that leads and guides you. And the more that you seek and search him, the more you get a revelation as to who he is, and the more you rest in him, and the more you can not rely on your own strength. You can allow things to unfold, the better your life will become.